Hello everyone, Seraphin here, welcome back for more Fire Emblem Sacred Stones. When I last left you guys, we had just finished up reclaiming our castle of Renee over here. And we are moving on to Chapter 17, which I believe is called River of Regrets. It is over here in the Narubi River. You'll notice that the background music on the overworld here has changed. It's kind of elevated, I guess. I don't know if that's a result of the chapter we're on or the fact that I promoted our main character now. Maybe both, I'm not sure. At any rate, we are moving straight into that. Now that we have a just about fully promoted party, things are going to be a little nice going here from now on. So apparently we have sacred stones that radiate a constant and dazzling light. Oh, how wonderful. So I wonder what happens if all the sacred stones get shattered. Like, does that mean just rip the world and it's just dead? Like, everything just gets taken over by evil and monsters and whatnot? It's funny how no one succeeded in destroying them before now. But I guess nobody really had any motivation to before now. And where did the sacred stones even come from? They say that the old heroes, like the hero Grado, used the stones to seal away some great evil, but they never explained where the stones actually came from. A childhood friend appears. Uh-oh, this will be good. I don't think they ever bothered to actually explain where the sacred stones actually originate from. Maybe they're just like, you know, gifts from the gods. It's usually how a lot of these MacGuffins manifest, is gods are just like, here you go, have this, and it might come in handy sometime when great evil appears that I can't possibly comment on at any rate. So here we have a flashback scene again. Erica and Ephraim talking to Lyon. So apparently Lyon is trying to do some research on the sacred stones. Especially responsive to my dark magic. Why are you practicing dark magic? Apparently that one contains both demonic and sacred properties? Huh. Here we go. So apparently Lyon's motivation for experimenting with the sacred stone was to heal his father, who is ill. Huh. Yeah, it sounds like a terrible idea. Let's tap into this divine artifact that we don't fully understand and use it to try to... I mean, I guess the motivations are good. He's trying to do good things, but at the same time, like, that just scares the crap out of me. I understand the appeal of wanting to understand it more, too, but generally speaking, when it's something outside of your understanding, you probably shouldn't be messing with it. Maybe that's just naive and short-minded of me. I'm sorry if that's how that comes off. I mean, like I said, I can understand why they would want to do it. I understand the motivations for it. It just seems a little bit crazy to me, I guess. Well, Ephraim trusts that we can use the power of the stone for good. Well, that's good. Kindness may be one thing, but it's hardly gonna, like... It's not gonna protect you from the horrible crap that might happen to you. Oh, interesting. I've already saved someone. I've erected this barrier around this crazy phantom virus, and when we find the 7th and 8th spirit... Wow, did I just go there? Props to those 3 of you that understood what that was from. And yes, I do like that movie. I don't care what anybody says. I know it's terrible, but it's one of those ones that I love to hate, even though it's awesome. Any rate, so apparently Lyon has magically been able to heal people with what knowledge he has gleaned from these sacred stone energies. So that's pretty cool. He's already a scholar of magic, as it were. He's been studying dark magic. I don't know why that's the go-to for magic scholars, but... I don't think dark magic is meant to heal people. I mean, it's gotta be called dark magic for a reason, right? I mean, it'd be one thing if it was like a neutral force, kind of like, you know, the Force from Star Wars, where it can be used for good or evil. But it's pretty well defined that dark magic is just purely dark. Although, Canis from FE7 refers to it as elder magic. rather than dark magic. He says dark magic is a very blunt term used by people who don't fully understand it. So maybe that's just one thing. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking... Maybe I'm the ignorant one. Wow, holy smokes, I just had a revelation there. This exposition scene's going on for quite a bit, won't it? He's lucky to have the two of us as friends. How adorable. That probably can't have been too long ago of a flat... Oh, it said 2 years ago, didn't it? Yeah. We have the Stone of Renee. Yes, we established that last time. The final one is Rouston, which I believe is where we're headed now. What does that mean you know about the stone? Like, is it different from the other ones? Like, the reliquary. Show them the might of Frelia. As you get your butts handed to you by generic wyvern riders. That's not good. Yikes. Oh, here we go. Yeah, okay. Send generals against druids. That's a smart plan. At any rate, so Frelia's getting their butts kicked, and who is this? Lady Cyrene is her name, apparently. Wow. Thanks for helping us, but you guys suck. That's pretty bold for coming from a guy who's just like, well, thanks for saving us, but if you remain here and don't move, I promise to protect you all. Well, considering how good of a job you just did. A battle! Is that Cyrene? Well, yeah, we just established that. Something evil is afoot. Uh-oh. Hey, it's Lyon. Oh boy. Unless he's like, you know, not anymore. What? Oh, okay. Oh, good. Black text box. That's always a good thing. Huh. Apparently he's not feeling too hot. And his sprite changes as a result of his evil nature. Hi. Just says hi. It's been a while since I saw you two last. That's not Lyon. Well, I mean, it looks like him. A masterpiece. What? Oh, there we go. We get confirmation that Prince Lyon is basically possessed. Oh. Oh, good. So apparently Lyon has been possessed by the Demon King himself, as a result of him tampering with the Sacred Stone of Grado. Well, I honestly wish I could say I didn't see that coming. But honestly, it's like, you really should have just left it alone. If he was using one of the other ones that didn't have an evil god sealed within it, then I could understand, but... Oh. Well, that's, Oh, well, let's just spell it out there, shall we? At any rate, so that with 10 minutes of exposition out of the way, let's jump into it, shall we? So we've got a just about fully promoted party, with the exception of Franz and La Rochelle and Mulder and Tana. Okay, so we don't have a mostly promoted party. We have like half promoted party. At any rate, we get 12 units for this particular battle. Let's take a look at the map, shall we? I actually didn't prearrange the formation or anything. I did prearrange equipment, but nothing else. So we've got enemies abounds in all corners. We've got wyverns up in the hills. We've got a random berserker up here. Ooh, with a dragon shield. I should steal that. Anyone else got any goodies? There's paladins up here and enemy valkyries. Ooh, fun, fun. And then over here we have enemy heroes. Those are not to be trifled with. Heroes are bad news bears. An enemy sage with a Fimbulvether tome. Interesting. That'll be nice. That's some very high-level anima magic. Loot would love to get her hands on that. And obviously we have... oh, a Swordmaster. Cool. Enemy druids up here. Druids are all sorts of fun. And then we have Lyon himself, who finally makes an on-screen appearance in the form of a unit on the board. He's a Dark Mage. Actually, he's a special kind of Dark Mage. He is a Necromancer. This is not a playable unit class. The only Necromancer in the game is Lyon, and you do not get one. So Lyon uses Dark Magic. I believe he also, he can also use staves, although you'll never see him with one. His magic is incredibly good. His resistance and defense is also quite good. His luck, however, is atrocious, and he has a con of 7, while he's using this incredibly heavy Dark Tome. And that's gonna just about drop his HP, or his speed down to nothing. So if you can't double Lyon, you've got a serious problem. That being said, he is also perched on top of a fortress gate, so he's going to be quite tanky and difficult to kill, but he's not fast in any way, shape, or form. Anybody with decent resistance can obliterate him. My goal, actually, is to get La Rochelle promoted and have her contend with him. You'll see we also have Cyrene on the map. She's an NPC. She is recruitable. I think she's actually the last recruitable unit in the game. There is nobody else to get after her. And she's a level 1 Falco Knight. Reasonably good stats across the board. I'm not going to be using her. Tana's simply just way better already. So you see we also have NPC villagers. They're called river folk. These guys are just targets for the enemies. We need to save them as best we can. I believe we get goodies if we save them all. So that being said, let's see where we're going to deploy this particular mission. I got to pick units, I just realized. We're going to get the remainder of our people that we haven't leveled up yet. So that's going to be Naomi, La Rochelle, Franz, Mulder, Tana, that whole situation. We need Rennick to steal stuff. We're going to bring Ephraim just because why not? And then I need to decide between my other 3 people who I want to bring. This is definitely a defense-centric map, so we're going to want to bring some tanky people. So to that effect, I'm going to leave Joshua behind, and we're going to bring Cormag because I'm going to need a flyer. It's just too valuable not to have one. And I definitely want to bring Gilliam. So we are going to leave somebody else behind. I know that sounds awful of me, but who am I going to leave behind, actually? That's a great question. I definitely want to bring Lute. She's one of my only magic users. So why don't we leave... oh, I hate to do this, but I think we're going to leave Garrick behind for now and bring Gilliam instead. Alright, so everybody's already equipped, pretty much decked out with all the equipment they're going to need. So let's get into it, shall we? As soon as I do the formation real quick. We're going to have Gilliam come this way and be a hole in the... or not a hole in the wall, but a wall with which to defend. And I'll have my trainee guys move up and right behind him and get the last bit of requisite experience that they need. And that will hopefully be the end of that. And I'll probably have Cormag run interference over that way. Probably not going to get a whole lot done this episode, I'm going to be totally honest with you guys. It's not a very long episode anyway, or long chapter rather. Alright, so first things first, let's have Gilliam knock that tree down. Because as we all know, trees are the enemy of the people. And then we will have Tethys let him move again so he can start tanking some stuff. He's actually going to probably destroy anybody that comes near him. He doesn't double these paladins. But we're going to park him right here, I think, is a good place. You know what? Why don't I move him a little bit further up? I'll give him a sword, too, because generals with swords look super awesome, and you didn't get to see that in the last game. So we'll put Franz right behind. And I'll have Tana on station, just in case things start getting hairy. And of course, we need to have La Rochelle start off immediately by barriering everything. Because she is very, very close to leveling. That's going to happen pretty darn quick. We'll have Rennick right behind so we can go up and steal stuff. And why not? We'll have Namie in the back. I'm going to give her a silver bow, though. It just occurred to me, I probably didn't need to bring Molder. I've got too many healers as it is, but I want to get him leveled up too, this map, if I can at all help it. And by leveled up, I of course mean promoted. I don't know why I keep saying leveled up. He's got a little ways to go yet, not too much. But we're going to send the twins up ahead in the front, along with Loot, to protect the townsfolk, and I will send Cormag over to start decimating these heroes. I don't think he's going to have a hard time against them whatsoever. They might do... I mean, even with silver weapons, only doing 7 damage, and that's pretty good, so... He's going to be able to handle them just fine, I think. If things are going to start getting hairy, he can always just retreat away. It's not a big deal. Not sure where those fighters are going. Sadly, Cormag is not quite fast enough to double heroes, but then again, very few units are. Maybe Joshua... But, again, not all that important. Yep, keep coming at me, dudes. And the nice thing is that I'm neutral at them with swords, and if they pull out axes, then I'll have the advantage. Yes, come to me with your silly weapons. Let my wyvern of awesome destructive force wade through your forces. It's always fun. I just love watching his animations sometimes. Oh, I did double that one. Probably because that axe weighed him down too much. Some luck for Cormag. Alright, sounds fair, I guess. One more hero to deal with. Oh, a Brave Axe. So I believe, I don't know if I mentioned this, but Brave weapons will always attack twice in succession. And if you actually are fast enough to double with a Brave Axe, you actually will attack 4 times. And for every single attack you would have gotten, you will do 2 instead. And we get the Brave Axe. Fantastic. That's going to go to the convoy. We don't need that right now. I think there's only 1 Brave weapon to get of each type throughout a given playthrough, so... There's a Brave Axe, a Brave Bow, a Brave Lance, and a Brave Sword. Speaking of sword... Generals with swords look absolutely amazing, considering they use swords that are as tall as they are, and just swing into people with them. It looks mega cool. Gilliam, however, taking some pretty... big hits on the chin here from these silver lances. Probably should have given him something other than a sword to use in that particular instance, but... Oh, we might need to go reinforce Cyrene here, actually. I might need to send Cormag up that way. I would like to get Tana up there, too. In fact, that's probably the best bet, is sending Tana up there instead. We got these Valkyries harassing us with light magic, as they are wont to do. I don't know if those townsfolk are going to move at all. The druids, thankfully, can't get through Cyrene. Not just yet, anyway. Yeah, we're going to send Tana up that direction. She's going to run interference. She might need to take down those wyverns on the way there. So I'm going to have her equip her Killer Lance in that case. Where are... Oh, there's more up here. They haven't moved yet. Okay. I don't know where those fighters are going, as I mentioned, but... let's take down a paladin here with Namie. Silver bows are always nice. She doesn't really need it necessarily, but... Speed, luck, alright, cool. She's got 13s across the board except for defense. That's pretty interesting. You don't see that too often. Who had that dragon shield? The Berserker did, right? Yeah, he totally did. Anybody else got anything worth stealing? There's an elixir on one of those Valkyries. Another guiding ring. Jeez, as if we didn't have enough of those already. There's a lot of magic units in the Fire Emblem, and I guess they all use the same bloody magic item. I don't know why that is, but it is what it is. At any rate, we'll have Franz take down this paladin. He actually takes he takes only as much damage as Gilliam does. That's pretty crazy. And that should get him very near to promotion here. Yep, I think one more kill will do it. Speaking of Gilliam, we're going to send him in to take out one of these Valkyries, hopefully in a single hit. Why don't we kill the one that's stronger? Assuming he actually hits. Oh, he'll crit, actually. Completely unnecessarily, but I'm not going to complain. But yeah, generals with swords, super cool. It's just a shame that they don't get to make super great use of it. Does anyone have a physics staff? No, I don't have a physics staff. That's alright. I just gotta be careful here, because I don't want anybody getting run over by those wyverns or anything. We're gonna leave Rennick to the side a little bit here. I'm actually gonna dance for Franz. And move him up further. I think he'll be okay. And we are going to Iron Lance this Valkyrie here. This is actually a really risky move here. How much do these wyverns do to me? Nothing. Oh, never mind. They're carrying slim lances? What kind of scrubs? Anyway, alright, whatever. We're taking this Valkyrie down. And that'll probably get Franz to promotion tier, which is going to be a shame because I can't actually promote him until next turn. Which means he might be absorbing some wasted experience from these wyverns. Strength and speed, I like it. I like it a lot. And we're going to move Mulder over here so he can get closer to the group. We're going to send Erica and Ephraim close to the NPC people to save them. We'll bring loot also. Lara Shell I'm going to keep down here with the rest of the party. Just because it might behoove me to have 2 healers down here, and loot can heal the twins if they need it. We'll have Cormag handle the last of these heroes. Alright, fun. Those druids are going to go for Cyrene. I think she's capable of not dying to them. That's at the very least all you can expect. Thankfully, Franz plenty fast enough to dodge the steel axe that's coming at his face. And sadly, no experience points because we didn't have the opportunity to promote him first. And of course, these morons are all going to attack him. Oh good, he won't kill them actually. They're a little too tanky for him. That's actually okay. That will make it easier for other members of our party to destroy them and get the experience points. Going for Nami, huh? That's really not nice of you. There's a Wyvern Lord up there. I don't know when he moves right now, apparently. Okay. Here we have Druids going after Cyrene. Apparently in melee range, so they can get killed in one hit. I don't know what they were thinking there, but... And Cyrene will not move, but retaliate with a Javelin against one of the Druids. Thankfully, she saved us one. Or saved Erica one, I should say. So Erica's going in against this here Druid. I can one-hit him if I really wanted to, but I don't see the point since he's not going to hit me. Erica on a horse, I actually do really like. Ephraim on a horse, I don't like quite so much. But Erica on a horse is really cool. She just looks a lot more heroic and just looks better, let's be honest. Again, though, Ephraim on a horse, not as big of a fan. Alright, let's see if Loot can handle these guys. I'm sure she can. We'll send Cormag up to help reinforce in the event that it is necessary. I can actually talk to Cyrene with Tana, I believe, because they're both Frelian. This place is dangerous. She is ours to command. How cool is that? Alright, well, moving on. Let's get Franz promoted. Actually, first and foremost, why don't we take down these here Wyvern jerkwads. And that, well, not quite going to get Nami to promotion level, but pretty darn close. And we will heal her up real quick with Boulder the Boulder, as is tradition. I will then dance for Nami also. And move her right here so we can take a shot at the other Wyvern. There's actually 3 of them. I don't know why I said the other one. There's 2 other ones. And she is 1 good kill away from a promotion. That will be nice. Speaking of promotion, let's get this done with Sir Franz here. I'm actually going to put him right here. Keep his lance on and promote him So, I was initially thinking making him a paladin, and paladin's a good choice. Paladins are some of my favorite classes in the game. However, we do have the option of also making him a Great Knight. And Great Knights are wicked cool. As you can see, just they look really awesome. They're a lot tankier. They have a much higher defense cap. And believe it or not, they actually aren't any slower. They have the same speed cap as paladins. And they gain an extra weapon, and they're stronger, and they're tankier. They're 1 point of movement slower, I think, is their deal. And it's really not that big of a trade-off, if you ask me. So I think what we're going to do is go with Great Knight Franz, just because, I mean, it just sounds cooler. Let's do it. And it's been a long time coming, waiting for this guy to get to a promotion tier, but he's going to be worth it, I think. He's already incredibly tanky. Now he's just even more so. He get 1 point of resistance. Lovely. Now he can use axes, too. That's pretty neat. Alright, so now we have Great Knight Franz. His weapon ranks are still all over the place. We really need to get that squared away. I don't know when it's going to be able to happen, but we'll get there eventually. So very tanky, very strong, very fast also for a Great Knight, and 13 con. He can now use steel lances without being weighed down by them at all, which is fantastic. Alright, so moving on, we'll get La Rochelle over here to also heal some people. Most notably Gilliam here. Now the question is, do I have Gilliam go and try to attack this Wyvern Lord and take him down, or do I let him come to me? He can attack La Rochelle is the only thing I'm concerned about. Although, given the fact that she's so dodgy, I don't think it's likely to she's likely to get hit. So why don't we just draw them out? I'll leave Rennick here to guard Mulder. And I'll leave Ephraim near over here. Actually, why don't I get Cyrene out of there? Just in case this Wyvern butthole decides to go for these innocent people, I will leave Cyrene here. And Cormag is moved on already, so yeah, we're good to go. There's going to be a lot of units to contend with, too. There's a lot of reinforcements spawning from the mountain peaks, as you can see there, mostly Wyverns. There will be other reinforcements appearing out of those forts on the west side later that we will also have to contend with, so that will be fun. Oh wow, someone actually hit Tethys. That's not good. Oh, and they hit La Rochelle too. Alright, well, that whole them not getting hit deal apparently was not quite as a sure thing as I thought it was. Nice try. Alright, so now I've got a lot of fresh meat to deal with here. Speaking of, now that we've got Great Knight Franz, why don't we let him go to town on some people here? He's not quite strong enough to deal with this Wyvern, unfortunately, it looks like. He needs a better weapon. And why don't I borrow Gilliam's lance to do that? Because Gilliam doesn't need as big a one. That'll do. I remember being blown away by how cool Great Knights were in this game. And so unfortunately, they've kind of lost their luster in later installments. They're just subpar stat-wise in the later games. I don't know why they decided to do that. Let's put Naomi right here, actually, and take down this guy. That'll be a crit for her level 20 cap reaching. Nice. That'll be a Ranger Naomi in the next turn, who is rounding out her abilities even further. Let's see. Why don't we have her pick up? No, that's fine. That's kind of pointless, isn't it? We could have Tana come down here and help out. In fact, I very much like that idea. Problem is, she's not too far from promoting, and I don't want her getting picked off unnecessarily, so why don't we instead put her right here and let her whip javelins at people. That seems as sensible a plan as any. And we'll let Loot utterly decimate these other mages over here, because that's what she does. Gilliam, on the other hand, will come over here and deal with this chump. Have I mentioned how much I like generals with swords already? Because I really like generals with swords. Who wants to go next? Why don't I let Gilliam deal with the other guy, too? while I do some healing real quick. Heal up Tethys, just in case she needs to take another hit. And Molder will heal La Rochelle, just in case she has to take another hit. And we'll have Tethys dance for Gilliam so he can take out the Wyvern Lord. How fast is he anyway? 7 speed. I can double him. Oh yeah, there we go. He looks intimidating, but it's pretty sad when I'm doing 3 times as much damage to him as he's doing to me, and I have an Iron Lance while he's got a silver one. Kinda sad, not gonna lie. But it is what it is, I suppose. Missed having a good general. At any rate, moving on, we're gonna deal with this fighter. We'll let Erica deal with the fighter. I don't know where he's going, but keep Ephraim on station also. And Cormag, of course. You silly fighter, man. It just occurred to me that he might have had like a Sword Slayer or something, and I didn't check. That would have been really, really bad. But yeah, I love the animation for Great Lord Erica there. Very smooth, very good-looking animation quality there. Oh crap, I forgot about Naomi not being promoted yet. That's alright, they're just going to waste their time with her. She's a little too dodgy for them to even try to bother to hit. I didn't think that Cavalier could move that far. I don't know why I didn't think that. I knew that he would be able to move that far. Alright, we gotta shore up our defensive line here. I'm not letting people get picked. I'm not letting people get hit for no reason now. Lute laughs at these pathetic mages' attempt to hurt her, as she fires back with much, much more potent fire magic. Sage Lute is a blessing in every facet of the word. She's just so good. That Fimbulvetter Sage, too, by the way, is going to be interesting to deal with. And she'll actually pick up the tome when she kills him. I don't know that I want to let her go to town with it just yet. I might wait. She's already got Elfire, and it's basically a Fimbulvetter in her hands anyway. Don't need a Guiding Ring. Alright, Tana, do me proud here. This should put her into promotion range. That other druid's going to come for her too. This should do it. And then we can promote 2 people next turn. That'll be cool. Yep, that'll do it. That's going to be a Wyvern Knight Tana. More strength. I like it. I like it a lot. She's going to be an absolute monster. Not that my team already isn't full of absolute monsters, but I just love seeing how well their stats develop. And it's so gratifying to see a unit turn out really well and become unstoppable. Like Lute here, for example. Absolutely unstoppable. The glass cannon that is Lute. And she's not even all that glass. She's really dodgy. We'll put Fimbulvetter away for later. More Wyvern reinforcements, as to be expected. At any rate, we're going to have to get into the Promotion Fest and the subsequent celebration in the next episode. Sorry. So, that being said, until that time, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. We will finish up this chapter in the next episode. So, until I see you next time, this has been Seraphin. Stay classy, internets.